One of the things that I love most about Black Desert is how much mystery the game has. There's a lot of secrets, a lot of hidden information, and the downside of that is that misinformation and rumor tends to spread like wildfire in a game where there are so many unknowns. In today's video, we're going to examine some popular myths and see which ones are true and which ones are false. As always, there will be shortcuts in the description, so feel free to check those out if you want to skip around or see the contents of this video. The first myth that we're going to test is the idea that bonus combat experience has some sort of a cap. In order to test this, I took a level 12 Valkyrie east of Heidel and killed the same Mine Imp over and over again, each time adding a different combat experience bonus to see how they stacked and how it compared to the base amount of experience I got on that first kill. The bonuses that I used include Milk Tea, Experience Elixirs, the 10% combat experience gem from the helmet. I used 2 of these to see how they stacked. I also used the 10% bonus from a GM's Blessing, the 50% bonus from the scroll in the loyalty shop, as well as the 50% bonus from the event that we're having right now, and the nighttime bonus, which also turned out to be exactly 50% for those of you who are curious. Everything stacked and added up exactly as it should. I think the reason that people believed there was a cap on combat experience is because of the way additive bonuses work. Since these bonuses don't multiply with each other, what ends up happening is, for example, you take 100 experience and you add a 50% bonus to that. You go from 100 to 150. Very easy to feel, very easy to notice. Now, when you add another 50% and you go from 150 to 200, relatively speaking, that's actually only a 33% increase on what you were getting before. However, you are still getting 50% more of your base, so you're getting just as much from the second 50% as you are from the first 50%, but it feels less because now you're used to getting 150 instead of 100. You see what I'm saying? So the more bonuses that you add to your character, the less likely you are to feel like you're actually getting more experience. And as a result, people thought, well, I must be getting some sort of diminished return, or I must have hit some sort of cap. However, rest assured, there is no cap, there is no diminishment, so feel free to stack those potions and scrolls and events and night times as much as you want and get those levels. Myth number 2 is that the title that you use in-game has some sort of effect on your gameplay. There's lots of different versions of this one. Some of them involve enhancing, some of them involve drop rates. Usually they involve a title that's relevant to whatever activity you're doing. However, according to PM Juska on the forums, this is a direct quote, "The only buffs or advantages provided via titles is from the amounts of titles you have. There is no gain from displaying a title. You can choose to not display a title at all and still have the same advantage as if you choose to display any title." So I think that's pretty clear. We can still put our tinfoil hats on regarding, well, maybe they're keeping something secret, or maybe Pearl Abyss didn't tell Dom that there are hidden benefits. But in order for, PM Juska to actually come out and say this as confidently as he does, I think the odds are pretty good that the specific title that you use isn't important. So just pick one that you think sounds cool and go on with your life. Number 3 involves the 5 AP quest earring that you get from doing the hourly quest with Becker down at Hex Sanctuary. The myth was that the first 2 quest earrings that you got had a 100% enhancement rate, meaning you could smash 2 of these together, and as long as it was the first enhancement that you ever did for this item, it would always succeed. I don't know why I thought this might be true. I guess lots of people on the stream kept saying that they did this with 0 Failstacks and it worked, so I decided to give it a shot myself. As you can probably already tell from what's in my inventory right now, it definitely didn't work. I lost both of them, got 1 Failstack, and now I just have this leftover ring that I can't even use for a duo attempt. So yeah, if you hear this rumor, don't fall for it. It's probably got the same enhancement rate as any other blue accessory. That's about all there is to say on that one. Myth number 4 is that processing speed inside of your house is doubled. This rumor got started from a patch note on June 17th, which stated the time has been reduced to half when crafting items in a main residential area. However, what this patch note was actually referring to is the fact that workshop speed basically got doubled. So if you're crafting in town and your workers are making something relative to before June 17th, the times got cut in half. As you can see from a very quick test, a few seconds in the house and a few seconds outside, the times are exactly the same. There is no half speed bonus. It's just a patch note that was easy to misunderstand. Myth number 5 is that leveling up your worker nodes or your city nodes has various benefits, such as more materials from your workers, better workers from the work supervisor, more amity gain in the city, the list goes on and on. However, in a recent Q&A with PM Belzazar, fellow streamer and YouTuber Private Wiggles actually asked about investing into worker nodes in cities, and Belzazar told him flat out that it does nothing. He did confirm that investing in a node for regular loot drops actually does give you something. So if you're investing in an area that you're farming a lot, getting that node leveled up will still help you. However, all the energy that we wasted getting Abandoned Iron Mine and Lynch Farm Ruins, or leveling up cities to try to get better workers or whatever, yeah, that all doesn't do anything at all. He did say in the interview that there may come a time in the future where Pearl Abyss does add benefits for these, so who knows, maybe the energy that we've sunk into these will pay off someday down the line. But for the time being, definitely don't be investing energy into towns or worker nodes, and instead, if you're going to invest in an area that you can actually get loot drops from mobs. Myth number 6 is that you can get hard and sharp black crystal shards from gathering water. This is a tricky one. It started with a screenshot posted on Reddit which appears to show a player getting a hard black crystal shard from water gathering. However, after talking with guildies, viewers, top level crafters, and veterans from the other regions, for a combined total of tens or even hundreds of thousands of water gathering attempts, nobody that I know has ever seen this actually happen, which leads me to believe one of two things. Either the odds of getting hards and sharp black crystal shards from water gathering are extremely low, as in literally 1 in a million low, or this screenshot is a hoax, which might explain the reason why this person blocked off their name for no apparent reason when posting the screenshot. I'll leave that one up to you guys. Finally, probably my favorite myth in Black Desert is that pre-orders are region-based. When pre-orders were first added to the game, players started to notice that certain items were getting through to bid, even though there were various people that had pre-orders on that item. This led somebody to suggest, well, maybe the reason it's happening is because the pre-order is being placed in a different region as the item. Somebody else saw this suggestion and took it as fact, and within a few hours everybody was acting like this was 100% confirmed and that you had to make sure that your pre-order was placed in the same city as the item that was being listed. However, we went ahead and tested this on stream and chose some items that no one would ever pre-order, such as olive oil, rough emeralds, placed pre-orders for various prices in various quantities, and it worked just fine. Some of the items did still get through to the markets. I think the only explanation at this point is that it's just purely random. Even if you have a pre-order on an item, there still seems to be an RNG chance that it can skip your pre-order and get to the market. But it's definitely not territory that's restricting this. Like I said, I had a friend place an item somewhere else. I placed a pre-order in a different city, and I was able to buy the items that he listed. He even was able to check his mail to confirm that I was in fact the person that was buying it, you know, just in case somebody tried to troll us or something. So it's definitely not restricted on territory. The reason why there's a territory clause here is because if there weren't, you could simply go to the market, place a pre-order on something for hundreds of millions of silver, switch characters to a different town, cancel that pre-order, and use that as a gimmick to transfer silver instantly between towns. So that's the only reason why territory is even involved at all. It has nothing to do with the actual function of the pre-order itself. Those are all the myths that I have for you guys today. I do plan on doing a follow-up video at some point, so feel free to post some suggestions in the comments if you guys have some other myths that you'd like me to check out and investigate, and I'll start putting that together. Recently, I've made the decision to transition full-time into video making and live streaming. If you guys would like to help me towards that goal so that I can bring you content more often, I've launched a Patreon page, which I'll go ahead and link in the description. Any support that you guys show, whether it's through Patreon or just through your views here on YouTube, really does mean a lot to me. I've been blown away by the kindness that you guys have shown in response to the videos that I've been making, and I hope I can continue to do a good job for you. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you again soon.